Yo guys! First of all, a huge thank you to everyone who always supports me and my channel and subscribes. In today's run I want to show you how I organically grow and harvest a pink matcha slush. The breeder is Anesia Seeds and I got this free seed from the Anesia booth at the Mary Jane 2025. To germinate, I used an 0.5 liter cup filled with pre-fertilized soil that you can get from any grow shop. Then placed the seed in the center about 2 cm deep in the soil, sprayed water directly onto the seed once with a small spray bottle, covered the seed with soil and moistened the surface again with a few sprays. I then left the pot in the tent at over 15 degrees Celsius and checked it daily until the seedling broke through the surface. As soon as the seedling broke through the surface, I placed the plant under an 18-hour light cycle. Day 1 is counted from the moment the seedling broke through the surface and shed its seed coat. This plant is a photoperiodic plant, which means that it will only enter the flowering stage once the light cycle is adjusted to 12 hours of light. Let's take a quick look on the setup. The setup is a 70 by 70 by 160 cm Spider Farmer complete grow tent kit with the Spider Farmer SF1000 LED, a 100mm or 4-inch inline fan, a 100mm or 4-inch activated carbon filter, and the 6-inch Spider Farmer clip fan with different speed settings and adjustable oscillation. The entire Spider Farmer GGS Smart ecosystem is automatically monitored and controlled via the GGS Smart Controller. I personally really like using the Spider Farmer app because it's a very simple and relaxed solution. Through the app you can control all devices manually or set them to run automatically. You can preset certain triggers so that the tent reacts automatically as soon as the desired parameters deviate too much. If you are interested, check out the links in the video description and use my code 420Lexikon for an 8% discount on all Spider Farmer products. After about 4 weeks, I repotted the plant into an 8 liter fabric pot and added a little greenhouse feeding BioGrow. For the first 2 weeks, I watered the plant only with a small spray bottle. Once the plant got a little bigger, I started watering it properly. I go by how heavy the pot feels. I simply lift the pot before and after watering. Once you have done this often enough, you will know that the dry pot weighs practically nothing and you should let the pot dry out a little before each watering. The amount of water is simply adjusted based on the plant's drinking behavior. If the pot dries out too quickly, I'll water it more the next time, but always make sure not to overwater. It is better to give too little water than too much. I water with tap water that has been left to stand for 12 to 24 hours. I don't adjust the pH value and I don't use liquid fertilizers. During the vegetative stage, I try to keep the humidity above 60% and the temperature above 25 degrees Celsius. In addition, the plant generally has a higher nitrogen requirement during the vegetative stage. Among other things, nitrogen is responsible for the plant's green color. Nitrogen is essential for cell division and cell proliferation and is therefore particularly important when leaf and root development reach their peak. Nitrogen is considered a mobile nutrient within the plant, which means the plant can transport it to wherever it's most needed at any given time. Because of this mobility, the first symptoms of nitrogen deficiency appear on older leaves. The plant draws available nitrogen from the older cells to build new ones. This means that the lower leaves are the first to start turning yellow as soon as the plant can no longer draw enough nitrogen from the soil. Overwatering can also cause this. You can influence the node spacing by adjusting the distance of the lamp or the light intensity. During the vegetative stage, the lamp runs at 50% power with a distance of approximately 20 to 25 centimeters depending on the desired node spacing. During the flowering stage, the plant's nitrogen requirements decrease while its phosphorus and potassium requirements increase to enable the formation of good flowers. That's why, before initiating the flowering stage, I give the plant about 3 grams per liter of medium, greenhouse-feeding BioBloom. This is an organic slow-release fertilizer that supplies the plant with nutrients throughout the entire flowering stage. You mix the fertilizer directly onto the soil and then only water it. For me, this is the best method as I don't have time to mix the fertilizer solution every time I water. Furthermore, unlike many others, I honestly don't see any relevant price differences when you consider the amount of products required and the frequency of application. As with nitrogen, the symptoms of phosphorus deficiency first appear on older leaves, indicating that phosphorus is also mobile within the plant and can be transported to wherever it's most urgently needed. A few days later, a white mycelium layer forms on the soil surface. This is a beneficial network of fungal threads that promotes microbial life in the soil, breaks down organic matter, and makes nutrients available for the plants. The mycelium is completely harmless to humans, pets, and the plant itself. Here we are in the flowering stage. Before I initiated the flowering stage, I defoliated the plant a bit to let more light reach the side shoots. Here the plant is in the stretch phase. This is the first 2 to 3 weeks of the flowering stage, during which the plant grows 100 to 200% in height, depending on the strain and the length of the vegetative stage. I supercrop the plant at the main stem to adjust the height of the main stem to the height of the other stems. You gently twist the stem between 2 fingers until the inside of the stem is like softened and the stem bends on its own. During the flowering stage, I usually lollipop the plant in the 3rd week, around day 21. When lollipopping, I remove all the upper leaves that cast shadows on the bud sides, all lower leaves that no longer receive light, and all bud sides that are located in the lower third of the plant and are too underdeveloped so that the plant focuses on the upper flowers. This time, however, I decided against lollipopping the plant because the plant wasn't that tall and the shoots were spaced far enough apart so that the plant was well lit all the way down to the bottom. I want to emphasize again that I'm doing a home grow in my own style here. I want to keep it as simple as possible. From this point on, all I really have to do is water the plant until harvest. In every growth stage, the VPD, so the vapor pressure deficit, is actually the ideal value that you should focus on. The VPD is influenced by the ratio of temperature to humidity. You can read and adjust your VPD using charts. There are different charts for each type of lamp. I have included the ones for LEDs in the description. Of course, the Spider Farmer GGS Smart Controller also takes care of this part of work for you and calculates your VPD in real time. Throughout the day, so as long as the lights are on, I keep the recirculating clip fan on simply to reduce the chance of mold developing. During the first few weeks of the flowering stage, I sometimes let the temperature rise as high as 29 degrees Celsius. In the last 2 weeks of the flowering stage, however, I am more careful not to let it exceed 25 degrees Celsius in order to preserve terpenes and cannabinoids. The late discoloration, specifically the yellowing and drying out of the leaves, is intentional. Towards the end of the flowering stage, so the life of the plant, it uses up all the nutrients from the leaves and then sheds them off. This process is also known as an organic flush and ensures that less chlorophyll needs to be broken down in the final product, resulting in a smoother and more flavorful smoking experience. This time I didn't play around with 48 hours of only light or only darkness before harvest, since the plant was still sharing the tent with other plants. On day 59 I harvested the pink matcha slush. To dry it, I hung the whole plant upside down after removing all the larger leaves, i.e. the fan leaves. It is best to hang the whole plant in a dark place with a temperature of 16 to 19 degrees Celsius and a humidity of 55 to 60% to protect terpenes and cannabinoids. The plant is fully dried as soon as the first branches snap and no longer bend. In other words, as soon as you hear the first crack. Drying the plant took 9 days. After drying, the buds are cured in the Spider Pharma Autocure Smart Jar with the two-way humidity packs. This is what the buds look like after drying, and the total harvest amounted to about 30 grams. Personally, I'm very happy with the final result. Please feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Check out the links in the video description where you will find all the products that I used here. Please leave a like and subscribe to show your support if you enjoy the videos. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video this far, and I'll see you in the next run.